hands down, probably 90% of the stuff that I've ever recorded has probably been with Fender amplifiers, you know, and whether it's trying to play like Larry Carlton, play a 335 and play something sweet and bluesy, or try to play like Albert or James, that chicken picking style, you know, you can, you know, with the right guitar and the right, get it turned up to the right spot and all that, you know, the versatility of a Fender amp is remarkable. You know, I think there's some amps that have come out since that really are one-trick ponies. They do one thing great, but only one thing great. And I've found that a Fender amp, you can play it at low volumes, you can play it at high volumes, and get a million different sounds out of it that work. You know, most of those amps, you can pick any model and find a great use for it. I've got an old Twins. I've got a Super Reverb when I was 10. It's the first amp I ever had. My father had an old TV panel Tweed amp that I still have. And I could find a use for most of them. I use deluxes on stage mostly now. I got an old 59 Bassman, Tweed Bassman that I just inherited, and that's really, you know, some of those amps will change your life. They'll change the way that you play. And there's nothing more inspiring than to help your playing than sounding great. You know, that's always I guess my greatest fear in the recording process is I'm not afraid to play, and that's not where I'm nervous, but I really want the tone to really speak. And you can't go wrong with just about any of them. You know, they're just different speaker configurations and different wattage, and you need a twin for playing live, and if you got a big band and all that. But some of the smaller amps sound better in the studio. What's smaller sounds bigger, you know. I marveled at Eric Clapton for so long, thinking, how does he play that Strat in the middle position and it doesn't sound plunky? You know, I'd always try to put a Strat in the middle position that would never go all that way. It would never just distort it and crunch it to the right place. It would always be just a little bit shy of that. And I got this Tweed Bassman, you know, 59, and I plugged in, put it there, and I, my God, there it is. You know, and it's just, there's something about something that they did that, you know, the perfect combinations of great guitar, great amp, and all of a sudden you go, now I get it. You got to get the amp to saturate in the right spot first and foremost before you ever start stomping on any gear and pedals and those kinds of things. If it's not the sound you really want before you add all the stuff, all you're doing is chasing what you're probably never going to accomplish. There's nothing about the tone of a Fender amp that's colored. In a sense, the tone is so pure and it's so recognizable. When you plug into a Fender amp with a great guitar, you know what it's going to sound like, and just the way it spreads and colors and is unlike anything else. And if you think about it, every amp that's ever been built since all the great Tweed of the 50s has been emulating those amps, you know, so let's go straight to the source.